They're back. I think it's safe to say with the young players they got and what they did last year, chances are the Dallas Cowboys are back. And like I always say, I said this last week as well, man, it's always good for fans, for the sport, for the league. When the Dallas Cowboys are successful, the New York Yankees are winning, and the Los Angeles Lakers are winning. Yes, sir, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Cowboys might be back. Let me read some messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com from Brother Dell X, No Surrender. Doug owe you his take for the show proceeds tiff. I don't know what he's talking about. From That Ninja, he says, really, Doug? With a bunch of question marks. I don't know what he's talking about, too, but yeah, really. From Grego X Squad, Ninja's about to get very angry. Look out. Ain't nobody worried about Ninja. Let's see. From Thorny Switch, it's constructive criticism meant to help Zeke. Talking about the comments from Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett, the great Tony Dorsett. Yeah, he's going to have to stop that. But, I mean, he'll stop it. He'll stop it once again. Somebody going to catch him in the air. They're going to push his ass up 3, 4, 5 more feet in the air. He's going to come down awkwardly on his neck, and that'll be the end of the hurdling. It will be. From Big Apple Bastard. Good morning, Big Apple Bastard. He says over and under on how long Doug watched Color Purple before he checks out, before Seeley and Suge meet or after. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm going to make a concerted effort to watch, man. I am. Tonight, once I get everything done I got to do, I got to take baby girl to track practice, get my little workout on, my pressure kind of high. I'm going to try to watch it. I'm going to put forth a good effort to watch it. I really am. I promise. I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back. And the Academy Award for Best Costume Design goes to Doug Stewart for Color Purple. I don't know what you mean, ma'am, from LD from the D. Yeah, man, Porsche was a beast for us. Not only was Porsche a beast, you just heard me mention he was the Man of the Year award given out by the Detroit Lions is in Porsche's name. Like, Porsche literally could have been the mayor of Detroit. Okay? He could have been the mayor of Detroit. And he's moved from there. He lives in Orlando now, about to get married again. But, I mean, obviously I went up there many times and observed him in the public eye, man. Real community-minded. Just a good dude, man. He literally could have been mayor of Detroit. He may be able to, be mayor and get into politics or whatever down the road, but very beloved in the city of Detroit, man. Very beloved. He's a good dude. From Derek, he says, where the hell is Wando, South Carolina? Doug out here making up towns. No, that's the area. Kind of like Decatur is to Atlanta. Kind of like Oakley, my home area, town. Kind of like Oakley to Moncks Corner. There's a part of Hughie, I guess an area called Wando, W-A-N-D-O. And Wando must be some type of historically significant cat because there's a high school. And I just mentioned this last week as well. There's a high school named Wando High School, and it's the Wando Warriors. And so they were actually in our conference, but there's a town, a small area called Wando, W-A-N-D-O, and there's a high school called Wando. They're separate. But my high school actually played against Wando High School back in the day. Let me tell you who went to Wando High. Oh, the great Travis Gervais. The great Travis Gervais, kick returner, white boy fast as lightning that played at the Citadel. He played at Wando High School. I told the story before how in a high school game he ran my brother down from behind. Yeah, he ran down my brother in a high school football game. Straight ran him down. We still clown my brother today about that. So Travis Gervais, he played for the Packers. He may have played for a couple other teams for a couple years. He went to Wando High. You know who else went to Wando? I just thought about it. Dexter Coakley. So Dexter Coakley, remember Dexter Coakley was a little short linebacker that played for Dallas for many years. I think maybe his number was 52 or something like that. He played in Wando High School as well. The high school that Porsche went to was called Kane Hoy. That school is no longer in existence right now. But Kane Hoy was in Hughie, South Carolina. And so Porsche played for that high school. And here's another thing about Porsche that's interesting as well. The classic slip through the crack story. Porsche only played 1 year high school football. That's right. He only played 1 year high school football. I actually asked his old man that this weekend. I was like, so what's the background on, Bob and how he got to Tennessee State and how he ended up at South Carolina State? He says, well, when Robert was in the 8th grade or 9th grade, this is the exact word his daddy used. When Robert was in the 9th grade, he was mischievous. Right. He said Robert was mischievous, so I wouldn't let him play. And back during our time, man, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, my old man had the same rule. You didn't get your lesson, you acting up in them people class, I'll pull you. You're not going to play. And so Porsche's daddy told me, God is my witness, he said this weekend the reason Porsche didn't play football until his senior year is because, in effect, he was a knucklehead. He was getting into trouble and talking back to teachers and whatnot, I guess. I don't know. He said the word he used was he was mischievous. All right? So the man played 1 year high school football. Evidently, he dominated. Got a scholarship to Tennessee State, and that's the reason why. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the reason why he ended up at an HBCU, a smaller school, Tennessee State and South Carolina State, because he kind of fell through the cracks. There's a lot of players that fall through the cracks, and because a lot of times you see a guy that only played 1 or 2 years, or they'll get injured and they don't play their senior year, they'll fall through the cracks to a smaller school. And if Porsche would have played 3-4 years in high school, there's no doubt he would have probably ended up going to Clemson or something like that, but he didn't, and we benefited because South Carolina State. Yeah. From Uncle Mike in the chat room, I played 1 year high school ball too. That C average was kicking my ass. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This old man was stern. But you know what? And the wife always says this, man, and old people say this, man. What God got for you, nobody can take it away. Like that man literally came from very humble beginnings to being one of the best defensive ends in the NFL for over a 10-year period. I just read you his number. The man had almost 100 sacks. And, it could have very easily happened when nobody paid attention to the high school he went to. Another thing, the high school that Porsche went to at the time was probably like 2A. So it wasn't even a big school. It was a 2A. But, I guess if you're a recruiter and you're, watching a game or you're watching film and you see this 6'4", 260-pound man-child head slapping the hell out of defensive or offensive tackles and getting to the quarterback every play, it's easy to see. We'll give this guy a scholarship. The big schools missed it, and South Carolina State benefited. His son is actually going to play defensive end as well at Virginia Tech. Little Bob, they call him. Little Bob's going to play at Virginia Tech, so y'all keep an eye on him for the next 4 years, 3-4 years. Robert Porsche Jr. Yeah. From who do we got here? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I can't. I'm trying to get the name of the person. There we go. From Coach Bill. What up, Coach Bill? He says Porsche had one hell of a restaurant in the Renaissance Center in Detroit. They found a loophole and put his ass out fast. Wow. I didn't know the story, but yeah, I've been to his restaurant several times and going to Detroit, watching the Lions play with him when my brother was playing for the team. But, yeah, Porsche had this real upscale, fine dining restaurant that was nice as hell. It did real good business, and then, he sold it. Or like my man Coach Bill saying, I guess he's in Detroit. There's a backstory to what happened with his ownership to it. But, yeah, he was the type of guy. He's a worker, too. He was the type of guy that he owned this restaurant, but he was out there like, being the hostess with the mostest, greeting people. And maybe they got a little bit behind. I remember going in there one night, man, and, Porsche came out and, like, took meals to people's and dropped them off at the table. Like maybe right. He was hands-on. I mean, good businessman. He's got several businesses right now doing very well. Very proud of that cat, man. I could talk about him all day. Real good dude. We definitely got to get him on Chop It Up. That should be easy to do. That should be easy to do. From Tiffany taller than Doug. Tiffany taller than Doug. Anyway, she says, Doug, you can read my name. It's okay to say it and admit it. Whatever, Tiffany. How about this? How about I get your damn name because we gave you a Ball Penis Award earlier. How about I get your card, Tiffany, your Ball Penis Award nominee card, and I put a big-ass check mark beside it. How about that? How about that? And because of that, Tiffany, we're going to get out of this show. Y'all lose an hour of the show. Blame Tiffany.
When Tupac was around, he wanted to raise a nation of thugs. But, I think it's only right for me to raise a nation of bruh.
Yes, sir. Blame Tiffany.
Frank Cole, Ernest Jets, Oscar Cooper.
Yeah. Blame your fellow Stewette, Tiffany. You lost a whole minute of the show because of Tiffany. That's okay, though. That's okay. Thank you for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Hey, shouts out to my producer, Waterhead Walter, Poe Politicking, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri, the engineers, my man Pink Gator for this track right here. And a special thank you to all of the Stewies. Without you, there would be no me. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Y'all be careful on them streets, and I'll report back tomorrow with my thoughts on A Color Purple. Maybe. All right. Peace.
On the planet Earth, but make no mistake, God, I put you first. See, I know my place, and I stand my ground. Cubes in the sky, we gon' hold it down. Frank Cole, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. When Tupac was around, he wanted to raise a nation of thugs. But, I think it's only right for me to raise a nation of bruh. Frank Cole, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. Frank Coleman, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, four founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. I'm always in the queue, but you ain't know. I'm resolute to the boot, you don't give me though. In that pack over there, that my dog team. Before I came out the womb, I had purple dreams. Skip toe, that my line name. And A the mule, They're my chain gang. From my yard to any yard.